So what's better, David Letterman, who obviously leans left, and he has been a big fan of Obama, though he hasn't mentioned him too much lately. He had him on last month, and they were,
Uh-huh.
shooting the shit, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
Just a couple of boys having a beer, and
It was I don't
Obama's like the least presidential of any president, and that's fine. If the guy wants to be one of the people, I'm all down as long as he legislates that way. But now we're going to get Stephen Colbert is going to be the replacement for that, who is obviously hates all thing Republican and never finds too much wrong with the Democrats, though I
uh-huh.
suppose he'll sprinkle that in so he looks objective. But that's like a political appointment almost.
It is. It's because it's an institution. Yeah, that's funny. Even to put it in those kind of terms. Yeah, our late night guys are those. They are an institution. We saw, and man, I don't even think it was last month that Obama was on. It was just a couple of weeks ago. But there was also they ran a special a couple of weeks ago that was just like an hour long, a clip show basically. And in watching it, on the one hand, thinking, oh yeah, I watched this as a kid. I loved sort of the sort of anarchic stuff that they used to do with pranks and throwing stuff out the window and all that kind of stuff. But then there's all the things where he's hand in hand with the police and basically the state, as a lot of people were post 9/11, especially in New York. And I don't think I go so far as to say that, that Letterman's a part of anything, but he never seemed to
Oh
sort
no,
of
come on, man! You don't work at Rockefeller
shy
Center
away from.
for NBC, General Electric, Comcast, and make whatever he makes 30, 40, 50 million a year without capitulating. They want things done, and you'll do them if you want to continue. Maybe that's why he's getting out. I don't know. After, by the way, 33 years. You see something in that? No.
Uh huh. Well, I do that. It's just kind of a exercise and interesting in a way. I sign up because my Twitter account at Media Monarchy. I have a lot of I've set you can basically set up like auto posts, and I have a complex bunch of things that all post, and one of them is any news stories that have 33 in them, and it's not foolproof. I get some junk that doesn't fit in there, but Letterman keeps now popping up in that feed, so I'm constantly reminded of Letterman signs off after
Yeah.
33 years. But I was just going to say I'm not trying to say he's the man, but he never now seemed to back down from letting his show be used as some ass kisser
No, I
to
mean
the
you
state.
have to do that. Again, that's part of paying the piper. That's the ferryman, whatever it is. I mean, you want to be that popular. You want to be an American institution. Nowadays, you got to do that. I don't know if that's true with Johnny Carson because he seemed to buck the establishment quite a bit. Even though we remember Johnny Carson is our parents' talk show host
Uh
or
huh.
whatever. I'm a little older than you, so I enjoyed some Johnny Carson, but he was seemingly objective, not like the guys we have today. I mean, you watch Jimmy Fallon or even Jon Stewart, who is also retiring, I think, next month. You just watch
Oh
these
yeah.
guys capitulating and just slurping the butts of the worst war criminals and criminals ever, never asking them a hard question. And this is apparently why Jon Stewart is getting out. He can't handle it, doesn't want to do it anymore, has all the money in the world, wants to go direct propaganda, I mean, films.
Uh huh.
And, he's like, I don't want to go through another election and have to say what I have to say. So maybe in a way he's confessing what's happened. Colbert, not so much. I've actually met all these guys. I went to David Letterman's show once, took my parents, and
Mm.
Stephen Colbert, watched him in action, seen a lot of this stuff. So I have a little bit of an inside view. He's no Letterman. He's definitely no Carson. And I don't know if he won't have any good guests that I like, James, because I don't know anybody today in modern culture. The Billboard Awards were on there, and I'm like, who are these
Well,
people? I don't know who they are.
don't go by that. Actually, so to hop back to the beginning, that you played that Warpaint song, "No Way Out" or NWO, as they even list it on their YouTube channel. Had you ever heard of that band?
I only that I know Bin Laden had their CD in his compound.
There's always good. I mean, there's always good music. The funny thing I think in talking about these late night shows is definitely, again, post 9/11, they are all basically mouthpieces for whatever propaganda, whether it be Hollywood or the state or the church, whatever it may be at the time. But the music has actually gotten way better. As you know, a huge music fan, music on American television has always sucked. It's always occupied the, hey, we have this star, and if we have time, a comedian or a band or some crap. But it'll be the first thing we cut if we run long. Now, I think because of the web and because of alternative media and so much music and media being made by everyone, TV stepped up its game, and now they generally have good bands.
Not really.
I find their bands
Not
a lot
on TV. Not on TV, okay? I mean, I hate to break it to you. I don't know. I come on. I'm a little bit old.
Well,
Let me
and
tell you, I went and saw. I got tickets thanks to Neutral Milk Hotel. Gave us some multi-$1,000 tickets to go to a festival here in Atlanta.
oh, that's
the other
right.
week.
They're from right there in your neck of the woods.
And yeah, all my friends were working on the crew and
Nice,
stuff, so they
okay.
gave us tickets. And I saw a band called Mets, which is a new
Yup.
band out of Canada, signed by Sub Pop.
Super
And
heavy.
my jaw was on the floor, man. I could not believe how good they were. I mean, again, Jungle, another new band that's just awesome. Braids, A Sunny Day in Glasgow. Some of these bands aren't, new as of yesterday, but they're pretty new. Crocodiles. I mean, I can go on. I keep up with the kids today. I keep up. Get off my lawn, but I will listen to your good music. So I'm not, I'm trying to be that critical, but when Taylor Swift is a billionaire, it hurts me in my soul is
But
what happens.
I think but in a lot of ways that she's an anomaly, though. She's an empire unto herself, a lot in the way that someone like Oprah is. But there aren't a kind of a lot of those, and that's not even to try and get into any kind of gender in media conversations. But you just rattled off a bunch of great bands, so that's, I mean, maybe
Chastity Belt, Sun Kill Moon. I mean, for people that think I don't listen to new music, I do. I mean, those are some of the bands I like. And the Sonics have a new record out.
and I have to say, I thought, and
Getting Larry Paripa on this show, by the way, from the Sonics. It's happening. We're
sweet.
lining it up now. So,
I thought Bob Dylan was going to be the last Letterman
He was on last
musical
night.
guest, but now he's having the Foo Fighters on, and
what do you think about that? I think that's pretty cool, actually.
I'll put my haterade hat on. I find the Foo Fighters now just so overrated, and I'm like, everywhere I turn, there they are. They're sort of like the nice guy rock ambassadors, and at some point it's just like, oh, okay, stop saying yes to everything, stop being
Dave Grohl is like a kid in the candy store
which,
play
I
with
mean,
Paul McCartney, and I literally
who
get
wouldn't?
where he's coming from, because I'm the same guy. I would do all the same stuff. I'm not sticking up for him. The last time they were on, they played a duo with the Zach Brown band and played War Pigs on
Hell
Letterman,
yeah.
and that was just a couple of months ago, and it was stunning. It was brilliant. So I'm giving it to him. The last band that will ever play on his show is Foo Fighters. I got to give it up to old Dave. I do.
I was wondering about this at work today, kind of hoping or thinking that, the last band would be something more forward-looking to set it off sort of into the future instead of, I don't know. But this is all
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. I mean, that's perfect. It's actually a satire.
Spoiler alert.
Well, okay.
That's a pretty good guess of what they'll play, or at least
Bill Murray was on last night, who rode my skateboard once. So,
Oh, nice.
I mean, this is my generation dying. Is tonight my generation will be officially killed off. Is what's going to happen. All right, I got to get to news, man. So right now, as we speak,